Derick Giwner along with Matt Rose here at DRF headquarters for what I think is going to be a very chalky edition of the Harness Spotlight for May 18th and May 19th. We're going to take a look at a race from the Meadowlands, the Graduate, and a race from Flamborough, the Confederation Cup. And obviously we're starting with the Graduate. It's on Saturday, May 18th. We have a field of 8 featuring Atlanta, obviously, as the standout horse here, is 9-5 on the morning line, and a couple other nice ones. $50 bill was really good last week, and 6-pack.
Yeah, I mean, it's from a betting standpoint, obviously you can see Atlanta very short price and a couple of short exacta probables with $50 bill or 6-pack underneath. But it's still a very intriguing, interesting race, and I'm sure a lot of people want to tune in just to see superstar mare trotter, 4 years old, Atlanta. Obviously made a lot of headlines off season, so to speak, and now in the Ron Burke barn. Hasn't skipped a beat. Qualified nicely, went over Miami Valley and just cruised effortlessly.
She was so good in that race.
150-4. Obviously, there wasn't
There's a much weaker field
competition. Yeah, but still, I mean, they're just coasting in 150-4. Clearly makes her the one to beat. That I'm sure will be lower than that 9-5 listed price. I would have to imagine odds on. Listen, from a betting standpoint, I think it's impossible to look past her, unless you think something out of the ordinary is going to happen. You want to take a stab, but even the horses that you could really take a stab with, are not going to be huge prices, a huge overlay. So, geez, from a betting standpoint, what are you going to do? I mean,
there's really not much you can do. I think you got to take what they give you with Atlanta and go from there. The good news is, if you play on DRF bets, you get that 5% rebate, so you can play her to win and you get an extra 5% back in your wallet there. It's promos.drf.com, and you could check out a 5% rebound on all Meadowlands wagers. As far as what to play in here, I'm looking at, you just got to go with one cold exacta. You pick the number you like best. My number would be the Atlanta over the 7 6-pack. Mm-hmm. I feel like we've seen trainer Oki Svan said, bring these horses back off qualifiers, strong many times. I think that $50 bill is going to be the shorter number, so I'll take the. So? I think so. With Tim Tetrick driving off that 51 mile that he put up last week, 6-pack has Svan said in the bike, who obviously wouldn't be considered as highly ranked as Tetrick, and coming off 2 qualifiers. I think you'll get maybe $9 on 6-pack and $6 on $50 bill with the exacta under Atlanta.
You know what's funny? I think those might kind of be reversed. Those exacta probably, to be honest with you. Listen, we know how good a horse 6-pack is, and like you said, Svan has him ready off the qualifiers. I still think he'll be a bigger threat later on with this start under his belt, at least for the top spot. But I don't know. I hate to agree with you, but I'm with you with the cold exacta with 6-pack, assuming Svan puts the horse in play early to try to set up a trip behind Atlanta. And you know what? If I can get $9, I'll be happy with that. But I think I might be a little lower than that. But that's the way I'm going to go. With maybe in the to round out tries and super $50 bill. The 2 euro bond was much better than that second Meadowlands qualifier than the first one. Was right behind Homicide Hunter in 6-pack. Could offer some value underneath.
If I was going to take a swing at a bomb here, maybe I would try Mississippi Storm underneath. That's the 5-horse. Raced pretty well, coming back after a few weeks off, and the barn's been doing pretty well, the Tom Fanning barn. So I might take a shot there, maybe for third. Maybe play a cold try, Atlanta 6-pack, Mississippi Storm, and not use $50 bill, though it's probably unlikely that he's going to miss the ticket. But good promotion on DRF bets, promos.drf.com, 5% rebate, all Meadowlands wagers. On the Saturday card, they have 13 races. They have 2 divisions of the Graduate and some other really nice races, as well as Friday racing. We're going to move on to Sunday, where we have Flamborough Downs, the featured track. It's the Confederation Cup, 188,500 Canadian on the line. Strong field of 9, even though Courtly Choice, who probably would have been the favorite going in, didn't make it.
Yeah, he season also eligible after finishing 5th in that strangely contested race at 1-5 odds in last week's elimination. I believe they had a draw for the 2 5th-place finishers to see who gets in the race.
And he lost.
He lost. You know what? This is going to shape up as an interesting race. Some late night, Sunday night stakes action. for those harness racing enthusiasts. Race 10 on the Flamborough card. Always an interesting race over the half-mile track. You know they're not just going to line it up. You have the trailer, which makes things a little more interesting. Obviously, you look on the morning line, these are the logical horses. Dorsador Hanover, winner for Ron Burke. Jimmy Freight needs no introduction. Done well, just dominated 51-4. What was that sloppy track?
I would argue that 4-1 on Ghost Dance seems a little bit short to me.
yeah, but you know what? Though, at 16-1, those are pretty good efforts. You can't take that away from him. But yeah, I mean, he's certainly, well, technically he's fourth choice on the morning line. I would say he's going to be, fourth or fifth choice, but probably higher than 4-1, like you said.
But looking at the field, starting with the favorite Done Well, he's 7-5 on the morning line. I think he's probably going to end up going off maybe 4-5 or 3-5. His elimination effort, granted it was in the slop, was spectacular. 2 seconds faster than Dorsador Hanover, who's the other elimination winner. I mean, he's come back really sharp for trainer Ron Burke. Can they beat him? Let's start with that.
Well, you know what? Yes, it was a dominating effort last week, but also, he pretty much cruised around unpressured. What? Obviously, you would imagine there's going to be a lot more action in this race. Will he have a free ride on the front end? I doubt it. I'm sure. Well, clearly Jimmy Freight's going to have something to say early on. I don't know how much early speed Dorsador Hanover has, but Jimmy Freight's going to give him a tussle. Who else can leave here? Who else will leave? Not 100% sure, but at some point they're going to be pressing hard, maybe in that third quarter, and. You know what? If Done Well is on the front end and is eyeballed, anything can happen. After that point, so he will have to earn it.
I'm personally having trouble finding a way to pick against Done Well, and I made him my top pick. But I do kind of like a long shot here to be involved. I don't know if he could pull off the upset or not, but I kind of like American History, the number 4 here. If you look at his couple of races since he's been back, really had no chance in either of them. And the Graduate at the Meadowlands, he was just buried in a large field. And the Confederation Cup last week got stuck behind bad cover, came wide on an awful track. And it looked like he was going to just get swallowed up in the stretch and get past. And he kind of dug in nicely to hold on for fourth to make the final, showed me a little bit of guts there. I think he's a better horse when he's closer to the pace. And I think drawing inside Done Well, he has that opportunity to maybe gun out or at least try to get good position early. He's going to be probably 15-1 or higher. I think he could be involved here, and I mean, he was a really good horse. He was the fastest 3-year-old last year, 147.
I was just going to say that, and you look 543,000 banked. Certainly has the ability. It just, I find it hard to endure. I need to see further improvements before he steps up. And
you have to get him before they get the improvements. So you get the good price.
Get the price.
Yeah, you wait for the improvement. He's 2-1.
What about the Downtown Bus, 4-year-old that won a couple Levy legs, was in the Levy final, certainly represented himself well as a 4-year-old. He was second best in a solid chasing effort to Done Well.
How does he get involved in this race?
I don't know how he gets involved, but he's another one who has the ability.
He's going to be coming from downtown trying to win this race, and it's not going to be easy passing these caliber horses.
He also has more of a seasoning edge, you could say, on the other main contenders in this race, having already had 8 races. And racing straight through that grueling Levy series. Unfortunately, didn't get a check in the lucrative final, but certainly performed admirably in that series. You're going to get double digits on him. He'll be on my tickets. But
who's going your top pick here?
I don't know what to do with Jimmy Freight, but I'm going to take a shot with him. You know what? His first start in the preferred at Woodbine Mohawk Park, second best to the Streaking Sintra. Very good performance. Last week, obviously used a little bit, and
he's a little flat in the lane. He probably should have been better.
I think he can be excused for that effort, and I think if he has an easier time of it early on, which he may have, and he may be cutting. Could he be cutting this mile over Done Well? It's possible.
I don't see how. I mean, I guess it's possible, but if Jimmy Freight leaves, Done Well is going to be leaving. Done Well is leaving the gate here. I just don't see an avenue where he takes back and tucks in behind Jimmy Freight. Though maybe I'm wrong.
You know what? If I get anywhere around the 3-1 advertised price on him, I'm going to take a stab.
If you're driver Louis Philippe Roy, wouldn't you be happy sitting behind Done Well in the pocket?
I would imagine. I mean, I think he'd be happier controlling on the front end, but you know what? He will likely be the better price, and we know the horse's ability. I like that first comeback start. I'm going to excuse last week's start, and we'll go from there. And I'll hope for 3-1 and take a shot.
Race 10 Sunday night at Flamborough. Matt's going with number 2 Jimmy Freight. I'm going to chalk it up with number 5 Dunwell, but you got a shot with American History is going to be my long shot play in there. Should be a good night of action. I think first post is 6:55 p.m. Is that right?
It's 6:35 or 6:55. That's usually the. But this is race 10, so you got to figure. You know, like I said, some late night harness action for people for harness guys that are bored on a Sunday night.
Something to do on Sunday night. Good luck.